She was 6 years old, a bright light in a world that watched. But on December 26, 1996, that light went out, and suspicion didn't fall on a stranger. It fell on her father. John Ramsey, CEO, pilot, and patriarch, suddenly stood at the center of America's most infamous unsolved murder. Was he a grieving father or the mastermind behind a cover-up that fooled the world? Before the headlines, John Ramsey was a Navy vet, a pilot, and CEO of Access Graphics, making over $1 billion. He lived in a $1.3 million home in Boulder, Colorado. On December 23, 1996, he laughed at a Christmas party, unaware of what was coming. At 5:45 a.m., Patsy Ramsey found a ransom note on the stairs. 3 pages asking for $118,000, the exact amount of John's bonus. At 5:52, she called 911. She didn't say, "My daughter is gone." She said, "Our daughter is gone." She focused on the note more than the child. The line stayed open. Voices were heard in the background, talking to Burke. The son, they said, was asleep, and John was strangely calm. Hours passed. Friends arrived. The scene was contaminated. At 1 p.m., John and a friend went to the basement. He opened the wine cellar. JonBenét was there, duct tape on her mouth, a garrote around her neck, made from Patsy's paintbrush. He picked her up, brought her upstairs, laid her near the Christmas tree. Some say it was grief, others saw a red flag. He held her away from his body, not embraced, not cradled, and he went straight to the cellar, as if he already knew. Inconsistencies followed. He said he was going to Atlanta after finding her, changed his story about reading to her, said he checked mail for 90 minutes. But mail came through a slot, found a window open but no one else saw it. The ransom note matched his bonus. Experts couldn't rule out Patsy, but John was ruled out. In 2003, DNA was found on her clothes and under her nails. It didn't match anyone in the family. It wasn't in any database. This was not contamination. It was evidence. In 2008, the DA cleared the Ramseys. Top profiler John Douglas said there was no behavioral evidence against the family, but a theory remains. Burke hit her with a flashlight. She was alive. John feared what an autopsy might reveal, so he staged a kidnapping. Patsy wrote the note, but the garrote killed her. The plan collapsed. Chilling, maybe. But the DNA says otherwise. If John did it, who left that male DNA? John never stopped fighting. He kept asking, "Do you still have the evidence?" Today, tools like GED Match could find the match, but only if someone acts. So, who is John Ramsey? A killer, a liar, or a man blamed by a broken system?